Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. How are you doing? Did anybody notice a distinct shift of energy yesterday? Like a palpable shift of energy yesterday. It's all feeling very lovely at the moment. And I wanted to just do a quick energy grab for this week, or time doesn't exist, so whenever this lands, when you see it. And I wanted to begin, if I may, with a page from here. So I just kind of hold the book and ask for a message for the collective. And what wants to be read goes thus. Realize that you cannot help a soul unless that soul really wants help and is ready to be helped. I tell you to send that soul nothing but love, and then more love. Be still and wait, but be there when that soul turns for help. And then I was drawn to these beautiful cards, which I haven't used for ages. I haven't even shuffled them yet, but I was guided to turn the deck upside down. And the card on the bottom, this is insane, is true worth, right? My true worth is intrinsic. It shines from my inner being like a sacred jewel of love and compassion. So yes, beauty comes from within. Worth comes from within. Value comes from within. And there's a big question sitting here. I haven't pulled any cards yet. There's a big question sitting here about it's kind of what defines me, what defines my value. Do I see myself only in the way that others give me permission to see myself? What happens if I say no? What happens if I reject help that I haven't invited in because I'm doing my own work? So this is a really old paradigm of overgiving and under-receiving. And that Virgo new moon a few days ago was so beautiful and wants to drop us into our beauty. That's what's showing up here today, true worth, that inner beauty. And to drop into that inner beauty, there's going to be some things we've got to let go of. And one of the things we might have to let go of, or it might behoove us to let go of, is overgiving and under-receiving. And do you ever use narrative like, I did all of this and then nothing happened? I did all of this and I gave all of that and didn't even get a thank you. That's overgiving and under-receiving. I helped and helped and helped. Did they ask for help? No, but I could see they needed. Did they ask for help? So there's a very blunt question. I love blunt. There's no room for ambiguity. Right, so I'm going to put that one at the top. And we're going to ask for some messages for the collective, pertinent or not, to this initial message. What should I call this message? How do you give to yourself? Let me just turn this screen light down because it's got some lens glare. How do you give to yourself? What do you give to yourself and how do you receive it? This is about trying to please others and how that makes us stumble blindly rather than walk knowingly. Because to walk knowingly on your path of uniqueness, that's how you know it's your path, because it's unique and potentially jarring to the mainstream, to what's already been done. When you walk your path, you know it, and that's how we come into autonomy, is we begin to fearlessly stand in that and express that, even though the outside world might go. Yeah, absolutely. Look at this message, it's beautiful. It's saying, if you're on your path, stay on your path. If you're not on your path, get on your path. If you want to be on it, okay. It's talking about the voice within and asking the heart and tuning into that, to the soul blueprint of who you came here to be. What did you bring in with you? Because there's a real leaving of a timeline, big picture, a real leaving of an old timeline. That's part of what I was tuning into yesterday. It just felt like new. Hence the absence of words, it felt new. If I sincerely ask, I'm always guided back to the right path for me and to my central purpose. Well, okay. You know how itchy I get about the word purpose. To my center, how about that? I'm always guided back to my center, because when we live life from a center point, we can turn and face any way. It's like being in the middle of the centrifuge, holding whatever is moving around you. And that's the strongest position to be in, because you can turn any degree from that point and stay in the center. When you get pulled out of it, might be, one of the reasons might be when you're trying to please others. Okay, that kind of validation can only be cultivated from within. When you approve of and love yourself, that'll just show up in the world, and people will approve and love of you if that's what you want. So this is kind of tapping into that shift yesterday. It did feel like a renewal. It felt like a departure, a real departure. I found it very powerful. I'd be intrigued to know who else tapped into it yesterday. Self-renewal. As I clean out old energies, I have more space for that which wants to be birthed. Yeah, you got to empty the wardrobe before you fill it with pretty things. It's a girl analogy for all the boys watching. Yeah, I'm just being reminded it's not always about things. Sometimes it's about clearing the mind from a restful space, emptying the mind from a restful space. And sometimes it's about receiving that Ace of Pentacles, the resource. The resource could be the replenishment of energy by just being still. Not because you have to, not because it's some new age process, not for any reason, just being still, peacefully, without any obligation or sense of purpose. Dolce far niente, again, it's the sweetness of doing nothing, the joy of doing nothing, having nothing to prove, nothing to earn. It's that's, as more comes through, I'll bring it through, but it's feeling like sovereignty. Thank you. I can feel it now. It is like the birthing of sovereignty, like, yeah. So I still don't have words. I can feel it and I can see it. It looks very self-embodied, very self-identified, powerful but gentle. All right, let's start drilling this down. Talk to me, shamans. Talk to me. Talk to me. Thank you. Yes. That's so cute. I love these cards. I think this is the best deck I've ever had, these cards. Best oracle deck. Best tarot deck is the Light Seers. 8, 4, 33. Good numbers. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Circles within circles, the flower of life. Everything is connected, and separation is an illusion. I was having a conversation with a fellow mystic the other day. We'd been doing quite a lot of channeling recently. The bridge from February in, I'm timeline jumping. Where are we? September, August. The bridge from August into September was big. I didn't bring it to the screen because I was in it. And I don't need to bring it now because we're through. But that was about, we were exploring the hermetic principle of correspondence, as below, so above. And as there is indecision and corruption down here, so must there be up there, out there, in here, wherever we imagine councils of light are. They're within us, everything is within us. And so there is no separation, and that kind of speaks into the responsibility of be careful what you manifest, because you're manifesting it all over the cosmos. You're that powerful. And here we are, training wheels are off, I think it's safe to say now. And this is, again, this word, it's been coming in for weeks now, volition, creating of your own volition, transcendent of obligation and responsibility. Your only responsibility is to do with the circles of life, is to do with the interconnectivity, the interdimensionality of all life. When you whisper straight into that web, flower of life, whisper into the whole web. This was yesterday. It's just stunning. It's very dark today. I've got my light adjuster on, so it might look like there's 58,000 volts of light in here, but it's very dark today. And here we have the beauty way coming into the foundation. Karma. And think beyond karma. I'm not going to speak into that, but that's part of what's going on at the moment. Beyond karma. To live in the beauty way. But Chrissy, I've got so much to do. To live in the beauty way. You can do it from that place. There's nothing to say. This is all speaking for itself. When you are connected with the whole universe, giving and receiving of that collective life force from a place of centeredness and beauty, your magic comes alive. It can't not. And the whole system gets uplifted. It's beautiful. I'm trying to form questions, but I don't want to get in the way of this. So I'm just going to keep it to whatever wants to come out. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I know the moon is going through Ophiuchus today and tomorrow. Bum, bum, bum. I know this is the Ouroboros, but I see them as the same thing. I see them as digestion of the past, turning the past into wisdom and bringing that to the world. It is complete karmic completion. Karmic completion, coming in on the 9. Completion, the dissolving away. In the dissolving is, we must let it dissolve. No, we mustn't do anything. You mustn't do anything, I swear, that I prefix with must, because your path is your path. Just know that you have a choice to allow something you once thought valuable to dissolve. You have a choice. The ego might want to go and pull it back because it feels comfortable and safe like a duvet. And it's your choice. Just know the braver the movement right now, the greater the peace. The greater the peace. We've got beauty, way, magic, and the circle. Big completion here. 29, 11, 2. Choices. Powerful. High level choices. 2 speaking straight into the completion of the 9. It's like, what will you choose? What will you choose in the completion of this grand karmic cycle? Which journey will you choose? Will you allow the night owl to speak? The part of you that can only hunt in the dark, in the mystery, to bring the light in and turn it into wings to fly. I'm being told that don't be misled by this. There is ferocity in here. There is a certain ferocity in personal conviction to no longer do that thing. That thing might keep coming in. Karmically, it might still be entangled. And it might take a little bit of loving ferocity to clearly state, I want this no longer. And then to act on it. You can't do it all in the mind. To act on it needs to be in the fore, needs to be in the physical, needs to be in the foundational behavior. Thank you. What beautiful messages. It's like, so this is the Pachamama, it's a representation of Mother Earth. And it is like she's gone through a rebirth process. Okay. I'm going to move to the other Shaman Oracle deck. And let's start wrapping this up. Let's start wrapping this up, please. Are there any other messages that need to be heard? Again with that 40, building connections, collaborations, divine timing. Oh, I just got this kind of collective song going up here. Collective song. This actually feels quite karmic. What I'm getting from this, the energy of this, is mindful groupthink. You can take either way. You can take it as gather together, collaborate with others. It's the obvious way. But what I'm tuning into is something quite karmic, which is about group programs. Like, if you take a really easy one like narcissism, that's a group program. Insecurity, lack of self-worth, abandonment, abuse, these are all the big paradigms. And like attracts like, and it's like that's being dissolved, and we're doing it in the personal, otherwise it can't happen in the collective. We have to be doing the work because we're awesome. And of course, yes, of course, thank you. It's to do with sovereignty. This is to do with sovereignty. The sovereignty in the beauty way is about personal autonomy. Not being the best, because the group collectives say that I'll approve of you if you're the best. Be the best you can be. That's all going. Well, that's just ego nonsense. It's become a personal thing of actually, who do I want to be? How do I want to perceive myself when I look in the mirror? What do I want to feel when I look in the mirror? Can I look in the mirror? Yeah, it's kind of enough with the group think, and it's about, so what I'm noticing around at the moment is there kind of toxic conversations that want to continue, like the old moan bus stop, the moaning bus stop conversations that go on in the morning drizzling rain. And you've got a choice. Like I say, this choice is, in that moment, it's got to finish in the physical, and the physical is the behavior, is the action to match the intention. And the action might be, I'm turning away from this conversation. I'm not going to join in with this conversation. So that's really challenging some old karmic patterns there. I'm going to whiz through these last 4. The power of community. The balancing act will be how you choose to be in that community, because communities very often are so encompassing that they can almost shadow the unique self. And there's a bigger question about how much room is there for me to be unique in this collective? Right? It's all a balancing act. It's a balancing act, because very often uniqueness can actually upset the equilibrium of the collective. And if the collective doesn't see that and go, oh, room to grow, okay, let's break the container. Let's allow this thorn in our paw to come in and challenge us and feel the it of that and grow. If the collective doesn't do that, they're going to take that and spit it out. There's lots of challenge. There's some beautiful energy here. Yeah, absolutely. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Look in the shadows. The treasures are hidden in your shadow. Shadow is what you put at the back of you. Veneer is what you present to the world, right? Teachability, because this is new path here. We've got to be willing to, 2911-2, make that choice. Which journey am I going to take today? Of my own volition, today. And what am I willing to adapt to that doesn't feel quite comfortable and quite normal, that might feel a bit eek, scary, make us feel a bit self-conscious in what we're bringing. Okay, yeah, beautiful. All right, let's start wrapping this up, please. There's nothing else I'm really drawn to. I'm just looking at my other cards. Nothing else I'm really drawn to. I'm going to wrap it up with these cards. Let's have a closing message, please, for the collective. I'm just going to take that one. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Radical acceptance and new beginnings. All right. We're moving towards adventure. And the adventure is going to lie in the deep waters of the South. There's a lot of deep water around at the moment. So we're going to start, when we come into the autonomy of sovereignty, we come right down within, because that's the only answer we're willing to listen to. Not that we're too arrogant to listen to that, but generally as a species, we've been listening to that for way too long, and look at the mess that we're in. It has to come from the inner wisdom. It has to come through the beauty way. It doesn't have to anything. Stop being so bossy, Chrissy. I speak for myself. It must come from within, because without hasn't helped the world. Not really. Within, the work that people are doing on the planet right now is fantastic. We are harnessing and pulling in so much light. I can see it turning. I can feel it turning. It's working. It's working. It's working. So be in joy. Enjoy this new energy. Maybe we don't try and figure it out. Maybe we just feel it. Maybe we get really comfortable with, I don't have the words for this, because I don't have the words for a lot of what I'm seeing at the moment. And that's cool. That's new. Okay, my darlings. I'm going to leave you with my love, and I'll see you all again soon. Please like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. Much love. Bye.